Hey everybody, it's Michael here at Fabspeed, and today we're going to go over an install guide for our Lamborghini Gallardo carbon air intake boxes. These are for the 2004 to 2008 models with the 5-liter V10 engine. So the first step of the install on this Roadster here is to get the car in the service position. Let me show you how to do that. So we're going to briefly go to pull the roof up. The rear section will begin to rise. We're going to let that sit there. We have a red cord back here, which we're going to pull and then manually lift the rear deck lid. Now that we have the car in service position, let's get to wrenching. To do the job, you'll need a flat blade screwdriver, and then it also helps to have a 7mm socket for the hose clamps. So let's go and start with our screwdriver. Go around to the 4 screws on each airbox. We'll just unscrew them and carefully pick them out and keep them somewhere safe. Next, we're going to undo the hose clamps. Take note of the orientation of them so you can replicate it when you go and install the new Fabspeed parts. On the driver's side, we have this extra hose clamp too, so we're going to go ahead and pop that off. Next, with all of our hose clamps undone, you can go and lift off the factory air boxes. Now would be a great time to go and install a performance air filter too, since you have easy access. Here at Fabspeed, we recommend BMC, which you can purchase with this kit. So here we have a side-by-side comparison of the factory air boxes to the Fabspeed carbon ones. Not only do you shave a couple pounds off the car, but there's also power to be gained. As you can see, the Fabspeed carbon fiber has much better channeling for the air coming in, as opposed to this brick-shaped intake we got here. And additionally, you'll get our silicone intake hoses, which are not only more durable than the factory parts, but the insides are super smooth and promote optimal airflow. So now with the parts out of the car, we're going to go and swap over our hose clamps from the factory hoses and reuse them on the Fabspeed hoses. Yeah, just loosen them up. So now let's get the parts in the car. We're going to begin by sliding the Fabspeed hose onto the carbon intake with the original hose clamps in the original position. We're just going to snug them up a little bit, leave them a little loose so we can do adjustments while the parts are in the car. And installation here is just the reverse of the removal. We'll go and put the airbox on, slide the hose onto the throttle body, and get our screws in place. And when tightening the screws, we're going to torque them all in sequence, not fully tightening one screw until all the others are in place. And we're going to be sure to not over torque them to avoid any potential damage to the carbon fiber. The next step will be to throw this PCV hose on, and then we'll go and snug up all of our hose clamps. For the sake of presentation and reliability, I always like to make sure the hose clamps are directly in line and even on the hose. And we're just going to snug these up. And here we have the finished result. It's a great way to spruce up your engine bay, gain a couple horsepower, and it's a quick install you can do yourself. Here at Fabspeed, we love Lamborghinis, cars that are just as great to drive as they are to look at, and we can't wait to see you out on the road. Thank you for choosing Fabspeed.